Scarlett Johansson has been acting in the industry for over 20 years and has now racked up a long list of credits with some extremely prominent roles in projects like The Horse Whisperer, Girl with a Pearl Earring, Ghost World, Match Point, and since 2010 has taken on the role of Black Widow in Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's been clear that Johansson has always had talent and been destined for great things, but she's slowly grown into the highest paid actress of our time and become a major player. Here are 10 things you probably didn't know about Scarlett Johansson. Early career. Born on November 22, 1984, in New York City, Scarlett Johansson attended the renowned Manhattan Professional Children's School. She graduated alongside classmates like Carrie Fisher and Sarah Michelle Gellar. She started going to commercial and film auditions when she was a little girl, but she wasn't particularly good at commercials, so her mother began limiting her to film projects. This worked out well because she soon got her first film debut in the Rob Reiner film North. Her first leading role came 2 years later with Manny and Lo, alongside her twin brother, Hunter Johansson. Johansson has said that she's always wanted to be an actress and that she used to put on performances for adults when she was a little kid. In an interview with Express, she said, "Ever since I was 3 or 4 I was very dramatically inclined. I was very outgoing. I loved adults' attention and I loved to perform. I used to put on shows for my family." NYU Turned Her Down. A lot of people would be surprised to learn that this successful actress was denied admission from acting school. She applied to New York University's Tisch School of the Arts in 2003, but they turned her down. This allowed her to focus on her career, which skyrocketed not long after. She's come a long way in her career since then. She's won a Tony Award for her performance in the off-Broadway play A View from the Bridge, received 5 Golden Globe nominations, won a British Academy Film Award for her role in Lost in Translation, and has received many more nominations and wins throughout her career. She auditioned for the role of Judy in Jumanji. Jumanji was an instant classic when it came out in 1995. It also marked a big moment in the career of young Kirsten Dunst. However, Hollywood Now A-lister Scarlett Johansson had auditioned for the role as well. The role went to Dunst. Johansson also auditioned for the role of Hallie Parker and Annie James in The Parent Trap. In the end, it was given to Lindsay Lohan. Despite every significant or small turn down, she fought through and became the success story she is today. She wanted to go topless in The Island. When Johansson appeared in Michael Bay's The Island in 2005, the then 20-year-old actress wanted to film a topless scene. Her reason for doing so wasn't because she wanted to flaunt her chest. It was because she didn't want to wear crappy underwear. Michael Bay explained how it all went down, saying he was summoned to her trailer during the shoot after hearing that she was refusing to come out and film a scene. She's standing there, and she says, "I'm not wearing this cheap bra. I'm going naked." Bay wasn't looking to make that kind of movie, so he told her, "It's PG-13, you have to wear the bra." So, there you go. The reason Johansson kept all her clothes on in The Island was due to Bay's insistence on keeping the film rated PG-13, which makes sense. Kicking it up to an R rating would have limited the audience, and studios typically avoid doing that whenever possible. She wasn't the first choice to voice Samantha in Her. Johansson's role of the voice Samantha in Spike Jonze's Her is one of her best performances, even if she doesn't physically appear in the picture. It turns out Samantha Morton was the original voice for the role and even spent all of filming alongside Joaquin Phoenix to help with his performance. But once Jonze heard Morton's voice in the editing room, he felt that Morton wasn't quite right for the role and enlisted Johansson. Johansson nailed it, and the film received a Best Picture Academy Award nomination. She wasn't the first choice to play Black Widow. Originally, it was British actress Emily Blunt who was tapped to play Black Widow for Iron Man 2. However, Blunt declined the role because of scheduling conflict. That was when Johansson was contacted. During her interview with Vanity Fair, Johansson remarked, "I'm not one to hold a grudge or anything. I was super excited about it. And I met with John again, and we had a funny conversation about how he had not cast me. But I was excited. I was so stoked." She worked with 3 stunt women to hide her pregnancy. Johansson was pregnant while filming Avengers Age of Ultron, so the crew got to work making sure they could hide the pregnancy. Amazingly, they didn't need to trim any scenes, and that was largely due to the work of 3 stunt women who worked on the film. After all, pregnancies may be hidden easily enough on a sitcom, but this was an action movie. Director Joss Whedon explained the situation in an interview with Entertainment Weekly. "She's not going to spend the whole movie carrying groceries. We didn't trim any scenes. We're like, we'll make it work." The stunt women wore dotted maps on their faces so the VFX artists could digitally map Johansson's face onto theirs. It was all done in post-production, and nobody watching the movie could tell. She convinced 4 of her Avengers pals to get matching tattoos. According to EW.com, the actress convinced a number of her fellow original Avengers cast members to get matching tattoos. Robert Downey Jr. revealed that he, Johansson, Jeremy Renner, Chris Evans, and Chris Hemsworth all got inked with the iconic Avengers symbol. While Mark Ruffalo opted out, his place was taken by the tattoo artist who worked on the other cast members. She can play the kazoo. Scarlett Johansson is not only an extremely talented actress, but she's also pretty musically inclined. She's released 2 albums to date, Anywhere I Lay My Head in 2008 and Break Up in 2009, which was a collaboration with Pete Yorn. She's also been the voice behind several soundtracks and films like He's Just Not That Into You and the song Before My Time for Chazzing Ice, which received an Academy Award nomination for Best Original Song. What's more interesting is that she has admitted she can play the kazoo. In an interview with The Telegraph, she talked about having the title of being an artist. "I don't feel like an actor or a singer. I am able to focus wherever my mind wanders. Recording is a different kind of creativity. I'm not a musician. I can sing. I can play the kazoo." She's scared of birds. Not long after filming the movie We Bought a Zoo, Johansson did an interview with New York Magazine and divulged what animal she is most afraid of, and it might be surprising. She said, "I'm only scared of birds. Something about wings and beaks and the flapping. I'm terrified of them. That still hasn't gone away. If they'd asked me to put a bird on my shoulder I would have done it, but it would have been hard. Cockroaches. I cannot stand cockroaches. That's one thing I absolutely couldn't do. But that's not really an animal, is it? It's an insect. Actually, my uncle is terrified of birds as well, so it runs in the family."